Hey, what's going on, guys? SeanPierceJohnson here. In this video today, I want to show you the newest addition to my vintage pedal collection, and it is the SS10 Ibanez Session Man from their 10 series of pedals, which of course birthed the TS10 made famous by the one and only John Mayer. I got this about a month ago, maybe less than that. It's been a very whirlwind month for me between events and travel and working. And I got it from this guy named Dakota. He has a vintage shop, Dakota's Cool Guitars. Give him a follow on Instagram if you feel so inclined. And he had this particular Session Man, and I had always wanted one of these pedals. It's just something about the idea of the Session Man. Like, this is session guitar tone in a box. Just always kind of, made me chuckle a little bit. And he had this very, very pristine example of this pedal. Long story short, I traded some pedals, paid a little bit of cash, and now it is mine. It's in my collection, and I'm having a blast with it. This pedal sounds way better than I anticipated it sounding. I'd be okay if it sounded like pretty cheesy, but it sounds too good to not show you guys some of the tones that you can get out of it. So let's go ahead and throw the pedal up on the screen, and you can see, like, if ever the 1980s was exemplified in a pedal, this is it. The pink enclosure, the orange Pac-Man knobs, this kind of weird new wave style that really was all the rage in the 80s. It's just a very, very cool thing and is a hell of a lot of fun to play around. Essentially, there are two versions of this pedal. There's version 1, which is this, and then there was the Session Man 2. The Session Man 2 had distortion and delay. The Session Man 1 has chorus and distortion. The distortion is based on the Fat Cat distortion from the same Ibanez pedal series, which is basically a Proco Rat style distortion pedal. And it sounds way better than I anticipated. I had some suspicions that it might be a sonic distortion, just because some of the lauded session players and guys who, quote, know their tone like to use the Ibanez or Maxon sonic distortion within the context of their rigs. And then the chorus, controlled by one knob, and then some internal controls, which we'll get to into a little bit. It's just a really lush, very typical 80s sounding chorus. So let's take a look at some of the controls and how everything is going to work with this pedal. You have this switch right here, which I want to get to first, which is a series and a parallel mode switch. In series, you have the chorus running into the distortion, and in parallel, both are running simultaneously, and you can blend the signal of the two. So if you like the chorus enough on this and just want to use the chorus, turn the distortion level down all the way, and you'll be treated to a nice, lush 80s style chorus. So the distortion has a gain, distortion gain, a tone, and a volume. Pretty self-explanatory, nothing new there. The chorus level right here, but it's the controls on the inside. Let me flick open the... I just cut my nails, so it's kind of weird doing that with my already brittle index fingernail. Lift up the foot switch, and right in this little hole, right there, are a couple little trim pots. You can't see it, so maybe I'll get some B-roll of it, and you'll see that right now, where you have speed and width settings for the chorus. Now, it was really awesome with this particular... I'm messing up all my setup today. Awesome. Now, what was really awesome when it came to this pedal was that it actually had the original Maxon battery inside it. So it's just all kinds of cool, all kinds of awesome. It's a pristine vintage pedal that I'm having a hell of a lot of fun with. And I wanted to show you guys it today. So I'm going to show you the different sounds that I've gotten from it, some of the fun that I've had with it, see what you might be able to get out of it if you had one. I know this is a favorite of Josh Scott of JHS, and it's quickly become one of my favorites as well. As a matter of fact, I blame him for me buying this. And I bought it before that video came out of his favorite Ibanez pedals. But he said I should get it, so it's his fault. I blame you, Josh. I blame you. And I blame Dakota, too. lower gain settings, I've not heard a rat-style distortion that sounds this clean. They tend to get a little muddy in the lower range of the gain setting. Very sweet. I like that. Put it up a little bit more. Starting to kind of get fuzzy at this point. Let's just crank the gain. And now it's fuzzy. Let's turn on some delay. This is going to be fun. This distortion has no business sounding this good, because honestly, looking at this, you think this is going to be, it's going to be a total gimmick pedal. Pardon me for the caffeine break. I need it today. But yeah, it has no business sounding this good, and yet it sounds that good. So now let's mess around with the distortion tone. Turn it up to about 3 o'clock. Back off the distortion, make it a little bit crunchier. And it sounds really nice, even with the tone control turned all the way up. You know, this is where this pedal is really getting to me, is that it actually sounds good maxed out with a lot of the controls. It sounds way better than I was anticipating it sounding. Now let's check out the chorus. Now I've come up with my own settings for it that are, you know, set on the inside of the pedal, and I'm not gonna mess with them. But stock, it came very warbly, but I wanted something that sounded really lush, and I think I've succeeded. I'm gonna go ahead and put on some delay, and let's get a little arpeggio-y. Now the level can get a little bit squirrely with the chorus. It kind of has a tendency to be a little quieter than you might want it to be. But at the end of the day, it's still a damn good sounding chorus, to the point where I'd put this on a pedal board just for the chorus. It sounds that good. The parallel mode is fun because we can adjust the mix of each portion. So I'm gonna go ahead, back the gain down considerably, leave the tone fairly high, turn the distortion up here, and let's see where we are right now. Okay, we'll leave it right there. Now we're gonna turn up the chorus to noon. Turn it up all the way. Back the distortion volume down. Now check this out. You can really hear it on the high E and the high B string. The chorus path is clean. So we get a clean chorus sound with a distorted layer underneath. So if I turn it down even further, and I'll even make it a little bit fuzzy. Pretty cool, huh? You get that nice little distorted layer underneath. Sounds pretty cool. Awesome. But we can also emphasize the distortion over the chorus. So let's blend in some chorus so that we get a little motion in the ocean for a solo thing. It's a really nifty thing to be able to blend those two sounds, but most of you are probably going to want that chorus into the distortion or distortion into chorus sound. You're going to want that series sound. Very simple, flick it over to series, and you've got that traditional tone. Now this kind of really drastically dumps down the level. The chorus almost drives the distortion portion. Interesting. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep both the levels around here, turn up the tone, back down the gain, and you'll hear how very different the tone is now. So yeah, distortion post, or chorus post distortion. Yes, that's how it is. And it's pretty cool how the two different stages, you can sort of gain it up and like clean it up a little bit, turning up the chorus all the way. That's the kind of fun we're having today. Who caught my pick? I wonder. Anyway, I just wanted to have some fun showing you guys this awesome new addition to my collection. I really want to say thanks to Dakota. He was very easy to do business with. He was really cool about it. He's got a lot of killer stuff that he is holding on to, and he is dealing, so check him out at Dakota's Cool Guitars on Instagram. Tell him that Sean Pierce Johnson at Stompbox Saturday sent you. I'm sure he will remember me, and I'm sure he will be happy to know that I am helping him spread the good word. Maybe we'll be able to have him on the channel sometime because he's got some stuff that I want to take a look at and want to play further. I also got a Boss Super Phaser from him, another really killer deal that he cut with me. All in all, just a really cool guy, and it's nice to see some young blood in the vintage guitar community. So thank you, Dakota. Thank you, Ibanez, for making these awesome pedals. This has become my new vintage obsession. And Josh, I blame you again for making me get this, but I won't hold it that much against you. I still love you. I think everybody loves Josh Scott. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this little look at the Ibanez Session Man. We'll say goodbye to it for now, and if you enjoyed this, please let me know in the comments section below. Please click the subscribe button, turn on the notifications, come back for more videos, and if you'd like to see more, get some exclusive content, and help support the channel, please consider becoming a patron and joining my Patreon page very, very soon. I will see you guys next time, and until then, I'm Sean Pierce Johnson, wishing you all out there great tone and happy stomping. Cheers, friends.